I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hot take, giving your partner an ultimatum to propose is so fine.
Ew. For real? I know we say this all the time, but if he wanted to, he would. This is literally that.
I don't know, like I think if you know that you're gonna marry this person and they're just like taking their sweet time, I think you can like nudge them in that direction.
Guys know if they're gonna marry you, like within a week.
Yeah,
you
but,
know?
like,
So it's like, why are you delaying the inevitable?
Because sometimes they're not ready. They need to be herded. They need to be guided.
Oh God, absolutely not. I am not here to baby anybody. I am not here to be your mother. I'm not here to guide you through the process of getting engaged.
I just like can't agree with you when weddings are so expensive these days, and like sometimes you just need to be financially stable enough to be able to have a wedding.
Okay, weddings are expensive. Marriage is not. Go to civil court, get a freaking license, and you're good to go. Men love to blame it on finances when it's like, you don't want to marry me. Anyways, what's your take?
That's a good question. What is your take? Steph, you're first up this time. You think those two lovely ladies were hitting the nail on the head? Do you think that you should plan for an enormously expensive wedding? Or do you think that going down to the courthouse is perfectly acceptable and solves a whole lot of issues?
I don't want to step on the wedding industry, but I am not like a big wedding person. If ladies are, then that's totally fine. But I don't know. I think that they are right. Yes, weddings are expensive, but if this is a shared love between you and your man, you can, go to the courthouse. It doesn't have to be something super extravagant. If that's what you both want, then sure, by all means. I feel like I'm just looking at it from my perspective though, just because I'm not like a big wedding person. I don't know. I agree with like if he wanted to, he would to a certain extent. It's giving that like I can fix him. Don't worry. He doesn't want to marry me now. I can mold him into what he wants, what I need him to be in order for him to marry me. That's kind of what I took from their conversation. I don't like ultimatums. I don't think they're healthy for relationships. So if he doesn't want to marry, you can't mold him into doing something that he doesn't want to do. You can have that serious conversation, and you need to be prepared to have your feelings hurt if he doesn't want to get married, if he doesn't want to marry you, or if something's wrong with the relationship that needs to be fixed. Like that's ultimately like communication just needs to be there in that relationship. It shouldn't be something that you're wondering. It's something that's always in the back of your head. Your plan, you both should have some sort of plan in place for your relationship. And that comes with communication.
Yeah, and we keep coming back to that, but I know that Nadia and I are reacting to this in real time, and we both had the same kind of reactions during their conversation. And I'm just like a get it done guy. It's like if this is what you're gonna do and this is your plan, you get it done. What do you think, Nadia?
These are the same women that argue that the ring size should be a certain diamond size or amount and such. To be honest, it depends on the type of person you are and the type of person you're attracted to and you date and you have chemistry with. Like, I'm the type of person that I would have been fine with a ring pop, and that's fine. Let's go down to the courthouse and let's seal the deal kind of deal. And then I have siblings who need the big shiny diamond ring and the big wedding and stuff. And I like to remind people, especially who get engaged, that a wedding is just one day, a marriage is a lifetime. So that's where you need to put all your time and effort into, is building that relationship with your partner. So I'm kind of on board with Steph on that. Yeah, no shame to the wedding industry.
Well, look, I mean, and I have friends who work in that field, but I'll just tell you that some of the most extravagant weddings end in the most disappointing heartbreaks. So I look back to just how little we spent in comparison to what people are spending these days, and I see tragedy there, because you just took like a year or two's worth of financial success and shoved it into that one day celebration instead of shoving it into some investment in your future, like a house or perhaps, investments, things like that. Something that will build your life together so that it becomes easier over time. But those are just my opinions, and I'm just a guy. But I will say this, we have one more to get through, ladies. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Are you fat, ugly, useless, or stupid? Those are like the four things. Are you fat? If you're fat, like, fine. The truth is, if you're fat and ugly and you have a man in your life, you're lucky. That's the truth. Like, you are lucky that a man would even tolerate you being fat and ugly. useless and stupid. Like, which one is it? You've got to be one of them for you to tolerate this. Okay, so if you're tolerating being strung along for 3 years without a ring and a date, you're a loser, okay? He has no intention of marrying you. Therefore, you tell him that you want to be engaged very soon. 3 years, you're already done. Okay, you need to like literally give him an ultimatum and throw him out. That's it. You're done. You've already wasted your time. By the way, do you guys have any charisma? Like, are you cute? Are you like feminine and womanly and like? Do you like turn on all the charms? Or do you get pulled over by a cop and you act like a little fucking rodent with feces in your assholes? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a thing. It's very easy to make a guy fall in love with you. It's very easy to be that woman that everyone wants. Are you okay? Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously you are not, okay? Obviously for a guy to string you along when he knows you want to be engaged and he's shitting in your face. That's what he's doing. He's laughing in your face and that's fucked up. But obviously you're dumb and you're dealing with it. So.
Okay. Well, I cut that short because the language does not get better. And I was shocking the first time I watched it. I was watching you guys as we were watching it. But I got to say, she's effectively conveying that, there are situations that everybody finds themselves in. I didn't like the way she articulated anything. But I think that maybe it's a little bit too harsh. I don't think ultimatums are a good idea, especially if you're going to have that kind of attitude. Nadia, you're going to get to go first on this one because you and I are both like stunned by her language and her use of language.
I mean, I have a girlfriend who has been with the same individual for 9+ years, and every year there's a discussion of a proposal, and at this point she would be happy with like straw paper wrapped around her finger in a courthouse, and there's always an excuse of why not. So at some point I don't want to say it's an ultimatum, but some point you have to realize the individual doesn't have your best intent for your future. And similar to what Steph was saying, women, we have a short time span to have children. And I know this individual wants children and such. And if this person is not willing to make that final commitment, but they're willing to play house with you the entire time, it's not the right person for you, unfortunately. And it's tough because you got to take 9 years and look at 9 years and go your separate ways with it.
Yeah. And I will say that despite her language, I think she's right. This is bad decision-making on people's, on that person's behalf, especially for that period of time. Steph, I know you're one of the people here who seems to fall in line with me is, get a date with intent. What do you think?
I thought she was all over the place, honestly. I couldn't keep track of her thoughts. She came across as somebody who's speaking from experience, and my first thought was, oh my gosh, women need to just stop giving advice on the internet, because like there are some things that I agreed with her and some things that I didn't. And her saying her first point that like, if you're ugly and fat, then stay in your relationship, like you're lucky to even have a man type thing was extremely harsh. Why would she put that into this video where she's talking about, if she's talking about dating with intention or ultimatums, I honestly have no idea what she was talking about. I can't even remember what she even said because I felt like it was all over the place, to be honest. I don't know. I think that whatever she was saying, her delivery was wrong. It was so wrong. I couldn't take her seriously, to be honest. It sounded like she was just mad at something, and she's vomiting it out on TikTok. That's kind of what I got from her video. I can't even say that I agree with any points because I didn't get anything from that whole thing.
Yeah, well, look, I think the consensus here for today's episode is that ultimatums are probably most likely bad, but having intention and stating it early on in the relationship is a good idea. Am I right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, there's another episode of Campione Reacts in the books, and you can find these ladies on their given channels and their given locations at their given times, and they're both very hardworking and talented and wonderful friends. And with that, Campione says, we're out!
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.